Hello, my name is Mason Taylor. I'm an undergraduate at Northern Arizona University, and I'll be doing an ethical overview of Tom's, a shoe brand made in Venice, California back in 2006. When Tom's was first made, it actually had a one for one program where it would donate one pair of shoes, custom made, color, size, and everything, to an individual in need per shoe that was purchased domestically, anywhere in America or at some point once they expanded, even in Europe. There was some opposition to Tom's, claiming that this was only a band aid solution to a larger problem and that they weren't attacking it at the heart. Personally, I believe that a problem as large and all encompassing as a lack of money for shoes is not in the wheelhouse of a single company to solve, but I digress. Due to this and the changing Gen Z demographic, Tom's has since changed its policy to a transparent 30% of all proceeds going to mental health, ending gun violence, and creating a work or education opportunities for marginalized communities, including racially marginalized or gender marginalized, anything in that wheelhouse. It is my belief that this was a misguided change for the company. The change focuses on more general and domestic problems that have made them just like every other large corporation who wants to make a difference, and has removed the thing that made Tom's unique in the first place. Based on the responses previously given throughout the course, I believe that a couple of my peers would largely disagree with me. Starting off, I believe that Stephen S. would probably lean more towards the new direction for Tom's, being a good thing overall because it is more utilitarian in nature. Stephen discussed this in week one when he said that he has a more utilitarian overall belief, and that the more people that something helps, the better it is. Overall, this leaves me to believe that if the 30% donation to these goals reach more people than the one for one campaign would, then he would internalize that as a better ethical decision made overall for the company. Another one of my peers, Rage R, would lean a little more towards preferring the old one for one strategy. However, they also value public awareness that can be utilized with the new directions that the company is taking. As they showcase in their week four discussion, bringing certain issues to the public eye is highly valuable to them. And I believe that would just occur more with the 30% donation and transparency that is promised under the new policy. This isn't me saying that the 30% donation to these goals is bad, but ultimately, I believe that a different direction is not always a good thing. JCell is the last peer I'll mention today. They may also cite on the new policy. As per his statement in week two discussion, he believes that discrimination is the most prevalent moral issue or problem within the current workforce. The donations to providing more employment opportunities to marginalized communities would resonate more with him on this fact. And the previous one for charity that was employed by Tom's probably just doesn't reach the same kind of people that Jace is looking to help, at least in my mind. Personally, I believe that Tom should have stuck with the one for one strategy that they had for so long. It had a sense of uniqueness that this new approach really lacks, and it keeps the company central about what the true intentions were. Tom's was always seen as a shoe company to the public, and always will be, proven by the 73% of sales being footwear even after they had diversified their products. It shows that the public really only cares about the shoes that's being put out. Maintaining the one for one campaign and doubling down on why this is so important is something that should have been advertised. Gen Z is becoming numb to the heartaches of others around the world. However, using specific examples as to why this immediate, although temporary, solution is important is what would benefit Tom's the most. The threat of hookworms, podoconiosis, jiggers, and tetanus are all important, and they're very real and very deadly in the short term. These underdeveloped countries that Tom's had primarily focused on supplying in the past are really struggling with this. And attacking those independent issues is something that Gen Z can really resonate with as they still have big hearts, even though they've been bombarded with tragedies all along the world. These issues will still exist. And ultimately, although the campaign does not inherently solve these issues, it still helps save lives and prevent the issues in the most reasonable way a shoe company could be expected to help. It is not Tom's duty to solve the issue, but they have always felt that it is their moral obligation to at least help when they can. And I'm not someone who's going to fail a company for trying to do their best.